In June, 60 Philadelphia Church of God ministers from 10 countries met for the 2014 Ministerial Conference. The ministers and their wives traveled to Armstrong Auditorium in Edmond, Oklahoma, from across the street and around the world. They represented 15 U.S. states, as well as Canada, England, South Africa, Australia, Mexico, Colombia, Chile, Trinidad and Tobago, and the Philippines. During the conference, from June 18th to June 24th, the PCG headquarters campus was even livelier than usual. The conference revolved around 5 days of intense lectures, but it also included opportunities for the ministers, their families, staff, and members to develop relationships during several meals and social events. Staff members and students at headquarters ramped up preparations for the conference in mid-June. The conference occurs once every 18 months and is one of the biggest events of the summer. In the days before it began, a small army of students and staff went to work to get the campus ready. In the John Amos Fieldhouse, a crew prepared the dining hall environment to go from college cafeteria to sit-down restaurant. Staff member James Brandon led the waitstaff in preparing the hall and in serving the ministers 3 meals a day. Meanwhile, a kitchen crew twice its usual size diced, mixed, sliced, and chopped hundreds of servings for the ministers, staff, and students. Kitchen staff member Catherine Harmon helped oversee the meal preparation.
The biggest reward would be being able to serve the ministry with the best food that we can give them. What we do for them is just a small fraction of what they do for the church all throughout the year, 24/7.
The conference centered on more than 30 hours of lectures by Pastor General Gerald Flurry and by 12 other ministers. Messages came from men serving large numbers of scattered people around the world. Subjects ranged from empathizing with new contacts to staying healthy.
And I'm just happy to be here at the conference and thrilled by the lectures and all the service of everybody just sacrificing for the greater good.
Very exciting to be here. This is a wonderful ministerial conference in these times, and I'm happy, very happy to be here.
We've learned a lot is the application of the knowledge that God has given to us. The application of that truth will change our lives.
In between the tight schedule of fast-paced lectures, the ministers took the opportunity to get to know and share their thoughts with each other over a bite to eat. Although the majority of the ministers' waking hours revolved around the lecture series, they also joined local staff, students, and members for several social activities, including a dinner with staff members, receptions at Mr. Flurry's home, and an evening social beside Armstrong Auditorium's Swans in Flight sculpture. One of the highlights of the week was the performance of the Morning Star musical on June 22nd.
One of us can put 1,000 men to flight.
Life is like the flowers which bloom a few short hours, only to be cut down in their prime.
No way of God is not bound by earthly borders, nor bound by
morning star, or light to guide all nations.
After ministers concluded their final day of lectures on June 24th, headquarters breathed a collective exhale, followed by a rapid inhale ahead of preparations for the 2014 Philadelphia Youth Camp. Meanwhile, PCG ministers say they kept the messages running through their minds as they began their hours-long and days-long journeys back home to congregations around the globe.